Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Derek with Reef Automation, and this is episode 2 of my new series about talking about fish. So, in this episode, we're going to talk about a really cool fish that some people don't even know about or have seen in a home aquarium. Luckily, I've had 2 of them, and I actually own one now, and it is definitely, without a doubt, one of my favorite fish. So, let's get started. Alright folks, so this fish is really cool. This is called a Dragon Wrasse. If you guys have seen them in fish stores, you're lucky because they kind of are rare. It's possible to get them. I see them online on Live Aquaria and things such as that. But they are a very unique wrasse, to say the least. One of the coolest features of the Dragon Wrasse is similar to our first episode of talking about the metamorphosis that a large angelfish does. The same thing happens to a Dragon Wrasse. So this guy, as you can see, is a juvenile. They're very tiny. I would say they're probably about 2 inches. The one I have right now is about 3.5 inches as a juvenile. And when you go to the fish store, you're going to see them and go, oh, it's a really cool wrasse. I'd love to have this in my tank. But what's really interesting about this guy is they turn out to be gigantic. And they completely change, as you can see the picture right there. They change to about a foot to, I've seen them as big as 15 inches before. So they go from this little tiny guy to this gigantic guy. So you're going to want a nice large tank for them. They do like to swim. I would recommend personally about a 200 gallon or above for these guys. They don't grow very fast, but they do get big. They are one of the wrasses that are so unique because most wrasses, they don't make this big metamorphosis from juvenile to an adult. So when you get one of these, just be prepared. You're going to need a large tank for them. Another thing about this wrasse is it is not good for a reef tank. These guys are called rock mover wrasses for a reason, because they will literally move your rocks around, and that includes your corals. So they'll take your corals off of frags, they will literally move them around the tank, and even sometimes eat them. So you really never want to put one of these in a reef tank, for sure. Just like very similar to angelfish, you don't want to generally put large angelfish in a reef tank, but they do a lot better. This guy would be an absolute no-no in a reef tank. One thing about the Dragon Wrasse is they're mostly carnivores. They'll eat mysis shrimp, smaller shrimp. Once they get larger, they'll start to eat krill. They will eat any invertebrate in your tank, so make sure that you don't have invertebrates in your tank. They are prone to jump out of tanks. I've heard of that a number of times. So if you do get one of these guys, make sure that you have a nice closed lid for them. So this is a really cool, interesting fish. Generally when they're juveniles, they'll come in a brown and white. But I have seen them come in a green and white before. I've also seen them very tiny, and I've also seen juveniles kind of big. I've seen them at about 4 or 5 inches. So if you get a 4 or 5 inch juvenile Dragon Wrasse, that would probably be best, because when they're very tiny, they are prone to getting attacked by other fish. This is another fish in general that you want to put into your tank at the end. You don't want to put this fish in the beginning because it is known to attack other fish, especially as it gets older and especially as it becomes an adult. If it is the last fish in the tank, you're probably not going to have any issues, but it is an aggressive wrasse. It is not a typical wrasse that you'll put in a reef tank. They do bury at night. They do bury in the sand, so you're going to want to make sure you have some really nice smaller particle sand or particle substrate. They definitely need it because that's how they sleep. You'll see them just bury themselves just like most other wrasses. So this is the Dragon Wrasse. Very cool wrasse. I love this fish without a doubt. One of my favorites. I definitely just got one. And again, if you want to get one, just be prepared to have a larger tank for them. I hope you loved this video, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button below. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We're going to be doing some other videos and some really cool stuff here. So look forward to seeing you on the live streams, and thank you for watching, everybody.